Good evening and welcome to another episode of my Cherie, an alternative and avant-garde TV show that devoted to art, beauty, photography, music and much more. In general, devoted to life and the lifestyle. My name is Cherie Laurent, and I am going to be your host for tonight's episode. So please sit, relax, and let's start our journey. Tonight we have a very special episode. For the last few weeks I have introduced you to my feature film, Broken Wing Desire. This film took few weeks to finish. During all this week I've been receiving emails and questions. Especially now, one of the good news, I am part of a network streaming services in California, and it's called E360 TV, and this is a streaming website like Netflix, not as big as Netflix, but they are taking my Cherie all around the world. So my Cherie now is available on Apple TV and Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, even available on a Twitch. Every Saturday night at 4 o'clock in Australian time and 9 o'clock in American time, you will find the show being basically streamed on all these networks, including also YouTube Live and I think Facebook Live on my fan page and other information. If you want all the information where the show gonna be basically broadcast, it's all on my Facebook. In the same time, until today, when I'm recording this, there is 5 episodes being screened internationally through this network, and that's what make so many letters and so many emails I've been receiving. What I mean letters, I mean emails. No, I send letters now, only emails. So I've been asked a lots of questions, and I will be answering a lots of questions. Also, I will be doing a confession, the good, the bad, the beautiful and the ugly from the whole journey. The reason I share my life experience with you, it's to learn from it, to it's not mostly about the entertainment, but it's about the value that I learned as a human being. I'm nobody, I'm just a human being like you. I'm going through life, I have dreams, I look for love, I look for happiness. I try to do my best every day. I wake up for myself and also for you and for the people I know. And through these desires of basically just being positive and being living and try to create something to be remembered for, and I think that's more what keep me going. It's the legacy that if I died one day soon or in a few years time, I may create some of my best work, and maybe I changed some people's life that they are watching today or during any part of the series. And that's what the vibe I'm getting, and the support and the emails, and it's been great. It's been really great. So I will be telling you prior making the film. Maybe the film for big film directors, it meant nothing, but it meant a lot to me. Well, it mean a lot to me, and a lot of you enjoyed it, and a lot of you basically fall in love with the story and how I managed to achieve that. Remember, I'm just everyday person, an artist with a dream, with no fund, with no sponsors, with no support, with not a big production, with not Hollywood behind me. I'm just like you. Probably you have a lot of things better than I do. Before I start the journey about the movie, I wanted to share with you a beautiful experience, which is the TV show and the feedback, and I wanted to say thank you for all the email, all the support, all the beautiful messages, and thank you for liking the song, thank you for liking the show. It means a lot to me. It just gives me reason to wake up in the morning and work hard to do my best.
Would you like to be touched by an angel? Then subscribe to onlyfans.com/Cherie777, where you'll enjoy the most exquisite art, music, photos, videos, where fantasies, dreams, illusions, and mirage are all merged together. Subscribe now and enjoy the world beyond your imagination.
Good girl, turn back.
The Australian TV legend and singing sensation Cherie Laurent is releasing her single, Good Girl Turn Bad, available on iTunes and Spotify. Download your copy today.
But never please. She used her sexy body with so much ease. With just one look, men will turn to freeze. She's wild and horny, running in cat.
During this time, as we recording this episode and this series from Australia, and we're still struggling with the corona crisis, although it's really good situation in Australia and it's much better than the sad situation in a lot of other countries, and we're still scared from all the different type of corona that's coming up. But I guess a lot of us, and especially going through lockdown for a long time, I spent this time finishing my degree, and also, as you know probably through watching the show, I graduate, and also I made 2 seasons of the show without leaving my house by other people's overseas help. During that, obviously, the time when I was locked in the house, I think 9 months, something like that. There was no restaurant, there was no eating out, I wasn't making any income, I didn't have any work. I got put in a corner to learn cooking, and because my background is Persian, the Persian food, very yummy, very fattening, very rich include a lots of cashews and nuts and a lots of beautiful things, and it's the spice and the taste of it is incredible. So my mom and my sister, they are some of the masters in the Persian cooking, so I was calling them mostly every day, trying to learn how to cook. That really gave me something to work with, and a lot of the people who follow me on Facebook seen a lot of my strange dishes. I was really impressed with what I achieved. That there's two things I always used to say when people talk to me, and I said, I can't cook and I cannot give birth. If you're happy with those two conditions, you're most welcome to date me, because I'm a hyper. My first experience with cooking was making like fries, and I ended burning my hand from the oil. And I always do so many things, so I probably will burn the whole building if I use normal cooking. So I decided to learn cooking by microwave by using a special plate that I purchased from eBay. And this plate helps you to cook meat, chicken, vegetables, everything in 10 minutes maximum in the microwave. So having this plate, I'm not promoting the plate, that's why I'm not going to tell you where the plate is. I'm sure you will find it. With using Skype with my sisters and with my mom, advice. My mom is blind and she's on wheelchair, but she still has the knowledge. So I used to remember some of the Persian food, and I used to ask, how can I make it? So the only way I was running away from my study or my editing, which is 7 a.m. until 3 a.m. every day, is to go to the kitchen, start something, basically a challenge. I was doing incredibly well, because I am one of the people that really fussy when it comes to food, because normally I eat in a quite well-known restaurants and I love beautiful food. Suddenly I'm cooking food that I tested and I was like, I can't believe I cooked that. After 9 months I went from size 10 till size 14. Obviously, like a lot of people put weight on, I used to refer to it as I had the corona baby. I have the guilt feeling that comes with it. I was feeling very bad about it, and I think I mentioned before I struggled with depression, especially during the corona time, because I was unable to meet anybody or talk to anybody or go anywhere, and it's like you are in an isolation jail. So I was taking my antidepressant, and probably a lot of you know antidepressant make you sleep and eat, so you put weight on, and when you put the weight on you put the guilt on. I was very happy when it comes to the face, because people see my photos and they're always like, oh, you start doing fillers, oh, you have Botox, oh, no, I'm just getting fat. Suddenly I transformed from the model figure, which I worked Victoria's Secret shape for years, and that's the only body I knew, to more like Beyonce kind of figure. So suddenly I've got all the curves, I have hips, I have things that I never had before and I never thought I would have. And I was happy with that, but I realized most fashion looks really good on a skinny woman, not on voluptuous woman, unfortunately. And I have all my collection, which I have like over 7,000 dresses I had, which a lot of them being given by designers and all around the world. None of them start fitting me, and I start falling into the guilt feeling. I start really hating even to look at myself. I start going for a walk, but that's not good enough because I was studying and I was editing, so I didn't really have time. Once upon a time I dressed quite nice and I went to buy a coffee, and this woman, she came to me on the street. She has a mask on and she has a cap and she has her glasses, so you could imagine how much you could tell from her face. She was fully covered. After the corona started releasing the first days and people started going out, so I was just by myself buying coffee. So this woman, she crossed the street and she come towards me. I think she probably know me from the show, and I thought she want to ask me questions. So I just stood and I was like, how can I help you? And then she screamed in the loudest of her voice, "You are fat, you are fat, you are fat." You could imagine what this was embarrassing. I looked around and it was a moment of quietness where every person around me, for as long as I could tell, they all immediately frozen and looked at her and looked at me. That was one of the moments that I remember. This woman is not worth to mention her story, but I would like to thank her anyway. I didn't say anything, I just shook my head and I walked back home. And when I arrived home, I took all my clothes off and I looked at my body in the mirror. Tell you what, I cried. I was still reminiscing about my modeling figure before the coronavirus. I was telling myself that's okay, but it's about the abuse and it's about the embarrassment, and I thought I have to do something about it. In the building I live, we have gym, and then I start waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym, work for an hour. I did lose quite a bit, but not this area, the stomach area, because that is the hardest area. And in a way I really liked the face because, you know, everyone told me I looked healthier. I was mostly anorexic.
The Australian TV legend and singing sensation Cherie Laurent is now releasing her hit single, I Touch Myself, available for download on iTunes and Spotify. Download your copy today. The Australian TV legend and singing sensation Cherie Laurent is releasing her single, Sex Is My Game, available on iTunes and Spotify. Download your copy today.
Just call my name. Sex is my game. I take no blame. I feel no shame. Sex is my game. I am your lucky star.
Cherie!
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good to see you.
In fact, I was having dinner with the girls of the neighbourhood and your name came up.
Ah, I have something good? That was nice.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I mean,
wasn't invited for the dinner, but my name comes up.
your name came up, but so yeah. Well,
Is this regards the show or something?
well, you used to be the Barbie of the neighbourhood, and now
Oh, I wasn't even a blonde, but thank you, I guess it's a compliment.
it is a compliment. In fact, another compliment. We've seen you put on a bit of weight, and we thought maybe you were pregnant.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really nice of you.
Totally, we'd be
Yeah.
overjoyed if you were pregnant.
Well, I'm a
or-
single woman, so I just put weight on.
But weight is very becoming. I mean, you might be worried about it, but
Yes.
weight looks good on you.
Thank
it
you,
does.
thank you
Bit of
very
weight.
much. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
but if you can get pregnant, that'd be a wonderful thing.
I guess they could do anything in this time, but I'm not really interested because
You're not?
I'm a single woman and I'm
Sure.
loving my show and what I'm doing.
Sure, that's
So
just enjoy
being
it.
pregnant is not something I look, and I guess you would need a man for that.
Yeah,
But thank
it's
you.
true.
For that.
It's true.
Was-
You would need a.
It was very nice of your friend and you.
But I know that you're very creative, and if you're working from home, a little bit of weight doesn't matter,
exactly,
really.
exactly. Everyone puts weights on.
Everyone does.
It's
I mean,
lockdown.
I even put weight down occasionally. It's true.
You look fantastic, darling. You
Well,
look
thank you,
fantastic.
darling.
Thank you. I have to finish this book because it's the inspiration for my next creative work. But it was so lovely to see you.
So lovely to see you. I'll leave you to it.
Okay, say hi to the girls.
Sure, say hi.
Thank you. Remember me in the next dinner.
Definitely. Next time.
Yes, I will look forward to it.
See you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
One of the things I learned in life, something you don't ask a woman. Even if you think she is pregnant, you will never ask. These are general rules. It's like asking women about their age. You don't. And you don't ask women, are you pregnant? But then coming to someone like me and they said, are you pregnant? And then after that she immediately follow it with, can they do that? And I was like, I just shook my head and I said, no darling, I'm not pregnant, I just got fat because of the lockdown. I came back and I start working harder. But still, I lost a lot of the weight and still this tummy thing is there. It just doesn't go. Another lady, she said to me, there is medication called weight loss. I could not put this medication on the show to show you exactly what this medication. You could get it from any pharmacy. You could buy them for $37 and they will really make you lose weight. So me having this abuse about my weight, I went and I bought the medication. And it's 2 pills, you take them. And guess what? I took those pills. For 3 days I was throwing up and I have the most horrific diarrhea. I was, everything was coming out of me was orange. That's how hydrated I was. I was unable to eat anything. It's like a cucumber or tomato or just, you know, a peach. The moment I had one piece taken into me, I will throw up. And I got to the point when I immediately went completely like that. I could look at my body in the mirror and I went really sick. Like I could not stand. The moment I stand, I fell immediately. I was always lightheaded. I felt I gonna faint in any time and I have to call home doctor. I told him, apart from this, there was all this gas and there was all this extra saliva was coming in. The first 3 days, the amount of cramps, my body was shaking like a leaf, like all my hand, grinding my teeth. I have cramps, incredible pain. So I have to call the doctors to come home. And I told him on the phone what's going on for me. I said, I'm very ill. I lost 10 kgs in less than 4 days. You could imagine. So the doctor said to me, you should never ever take those. This is like taking 2 big spoons or 2 big chunks of speed and you swallow them into your digestive system. You probably damaged your liver, you probably damaged your kidney, you probably damaged all the lining of your stomach. He said, you need to drink this immediately. So I drank, I went on the waiter and I suddenly put 4 kgs back. And that was all the liquid and the water that those medication pills sucked out of my system. It took me to stand up and record the show and talk to you for the last 2 days only. That was the only 2 days when I'm able to stand up off bed. I was in bed for over 2 weeks. The first 5 days I thought I'm gonna die. The reason I share this story with you, I always believe that God sent people into each other's path as angels to tell you a message, to make you recognize or understand or make you think. So I was talking about Christmas Day. I think I made a special episode for you and I spent it creating the episode. But it was my birthday and I came back home from breakfast. I took myself to breakfast and no, actually my neighbor took me to breakfast. A nice neighbor, not the other one with the pregnant thing. And I thought, I'm not gonna feel lonely in Christmas. I'm not gonna feel I miss my family and I've got no family and blah blah blah, but I'm in a foreign country. I don't do that. So I'm gonna basically use this time to create a creative work. And what's better than creating a photo shoot that will remind me of what I will be looking like at that time on my birthday of that year. So I put my camera on stand, and it's quite hard because you do it with a timer, so I have to click the timer and then I have to come back running to where I put the set and sit there and get into the right character in 5 seconds. Mostly it was impossible, but I did it. But a lot of the photograph did not look quite perfect. And then I look up and I see this older gentleman, which is my neighbor, standing there feeling very miserable, and he was smoking. So he looked at me, obviously he knows me. So he said, "Hi Cherie, how are you, and what you doing?" And I said, "Well, today it's my birthday, Merry Christmas to you, why are you not with your family?" And he said that he really hates Christmas because he doesn't get on very well with his brothers, and he loves his mother, but his mother's older lady, and he has to go every year to basically be with the brothers that he really hate their company just because the mother. So he was just smoking from the stress, how he gonna face those few hours which is going to go and have lunch with his mother. So I said to him, okay, so if you never done photography before, you are working with international photographer that have a long history with photography, and I will show you how to do it. And really all what you have to do, I'm gonna sit in the right direction and just click the button. So he came and he started getting into it slowly, and suddenly he really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna show you some of the photos that he did.
The Australian TV legend and singing sensation, Cherie Laurent, is now releasing her song from her TV show, Ma Cherie, with her TV show opening song, You're My Desire. Available for download on iTunes and Spotify. Download your copy today. Would you like to be touched by an angel? Then subscribe to onlyfans.com/Cherie777, where you'll enjoy the most exquisite art, music, photos, videos, where fantasies, dreams, illusions, and mirage are all merged together. Subscribe now and enjoy the world beyond your imagination.
Good girl, turn back.
The Australian TV legend and singing sensation, Cherie Laurent, is releasing her single, Good Girl Turned Bad, available on iTunes and Spotify. Download your copy today.
But never please. She used her sexy body with so much ease. With just one look, men will turn to freeze. She's wild and horny, running in cat.